to know what these emotions are, what we can do with it, and unfortunately we can actually blame everybody else. Martin Seligman said something about learned helplessness, which is, why should I bother to do anything different? Because it always ends up the same. However, we do have this tendency for catastrophic thinking. It is part of that generalized anxiety, the feeling that I need to prepare myself for absolutely anything that potentially could go wrong in the day. And in so doing, all you are thinking about is everything in the future. Or you may be ruminating on the past, but what you're not doing is being present. You're not actually in the center of awareness, being mindful of what's actually going on. You are using your energy to think to the future and think to the past. We do tend to procrastinate. A lot to do with mind's gone blank, needs some help here, working memory. So, what do I do first? Well, if I do that, then I won't be able to do such and such. Actually, I really can't be bothered to do that. Maybe if I carry on with this. Anyone felt that? Yeah? Okay. Think of the hat. Think of that. Always right. Now, I like this one because what we can do, we talk to ourselves because we've got all these different voices, all these little bits of us that have got all this experience, and we can utterly convince ourselves that we are right. So we go out ready to have an argument that we have role-played and rehearsed, and then we find out we're not. Someone explains something and we realise we got it wrong, and that's when we feel really stupid, because it kicks into all those triggers from early years where we didn't get things right. And then we feel sorry for ourselves. Then we get into relationship tangles. This is the guy storming out of the office because he's got into a difficulty with someone over making a noise at the coffee machine, or whatever. It's something small that blows up. And then there are misunderstandings when you realise, but what do I do? And if your life experience is always to hide your shame, always be the one that looks powerful but feels small, you're into difficulties. So how different are you? Now, I'm speaking to you as if you are in relationship with somebody else. If you were a cat and a dog in a relationship, would that be an easygoing relationship? Maybe, maybe not. Dead cat. Maybe, but that's because you think that the dog thinks that the cat can do it, but maybe.
I have a terrier.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let's leave your terrier out of this. The dog wags its tail when it's happy. Yeah, you think, oh great, cool. Now, if you assume the cat wags its tail because it's happy, that's going to have a bit of a sad outcome, because they're warning you, I am not happy. In fact, if you take one step nearer, I will rip the jaw off this little terrier here. So we need to understand that what one person does is not necessarily what another person does. Think of it as being as different as being a cat and a dog.